My honest thoughts on Dragonflight. Hi there, I'm Golden Routes, and today we'll take a look at my honest thoughts on Dragonflight. Was it good? Is it bad? Is it just like any other expansion? And all of that. So, to start things off with, I haven't thoroughly enjoyed a expansion since Mists of Pandaria. I have been excited for some, such as Legion. I was excited for Legion, and I was excited for Battle for Azeroth, if I remember correctly. And they were just big letdowns. I was definitely excited for Shadowlands, and I started playing. And as many may know, I took a break during the first month or two after Shadowlands dropped. I took a break from YouTube, and I couldn't bear to really make guides anymore. So you may be wondering what my honest opinion is on Dragonflight. So there are a few things I am not too fond about it, but for the most part, it's a pretty good expansion. Not even gonna lie there, but where's this chest? Anyways, so the things that I don't really like about Dragonflight, there's actually like one thing I don't like, and that's how they seem to force you to use your dragon. Like I don't like the forcefulness. I don't like being forced to use something that's new just because it's new. I don't think that's right. I think it's a bad tactic to use. Um, like I understand that Wizard wants us to be using our dragons, but to force it on us is, in my opinion, wrong. So you're probably wondering what else there is outside of that. I don't really have anything else negative to say about the game. That's really about it. However, my honest opinions on why the game is good. The profession system has definitely increased and has been improved for the better. I love how Blizzard did the professions this expansion. Like we'd heard that they were going to revamp them and redo them and try to make them better, and a lot of people were really excited for them, and I was too, because Blizzard's never shown this much attention to professions before. Like, honestly, it seems like they spent as much time on the profession system as they had spent on creating the expansion. That's honestly what it feels like, because if you break down one of these professions and think about how long it had to have taken them to come up with some of that stuff, it's mind-boggling to me. Like they really, really tried to improve their profession system, and they succeeded. Now, another thing I like, and this is referring back to the fact that we have to use dragons all the time, in a sense, they improved flight paths. So when you think about it, flight paths were very irritating to take. They took forever. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wanted to use a flight path. And nobody still wants to use the flight path because for some reason Blizzard didn't actually revisit that. They just threw Flight Masters down and said, yep, we're good. But, um, for the most part, you can use your dragon to get around now. You can go at what, 810% speed, 830% speed if you are maxed out, like max speed. That's really fast, and that brings me to another point. They improved flight mount or flying mounts. So I was expecting them to maybe add a couple percent, like maybe 10, 20%, maybe even 30, close to 40% to flying speed at some point, and they added, what was that? A lot. I don't even know, like 520, I think is what they added, if I remember correctly. So they, you can tell Blizzard tried hard on this expansion because Blizzard knows that if this expansion didn't do good, then that could be the end of World of Warcraft. So they wanted to try and make it a good expansion, and that it is. I love the scenery. I love the artwork. I like the mobs that we're killing. I like how we are dealing with a bunch of elementals and dragons and all of that. Like, it's just a really good expansion. And this is coming from somebody who hasn't thoroughly enjoyed an expansion since Mists of Pandaria. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, since I enjoy this expansion, am I going to do more than just gold farming? The answer to that is yes. I plan on doing some more PvP. I want to try to get back into PvP like I used to be. Like, literally, that's all I used to do is PvP. That might shock some of you, but I literally used to just queue up for battlegrounds, farmed in between queues, and made my gold that way. Like, I am, honest to God, a hardcore PvPer, or used to be. This was back in Mist of Pandaria. I used to have a friend that I did arenas with. We weren't very good by all means. I wasn't very good, but I still had fun. I made sure I did my weekly conquest cap. I made sure I did whatever it took to get the best PvP gear you can get. I made sure I did that. On PvP, or PvE, I should say, on that side of things, I didn't focus too much on it, but I still ran dungeons. I didn't do raids, but I did run some dungeons. I had fun doing it. And another thing that I just thought of, I never used to level characters after Draenor. I think I had a few max level characters in Draenor, but after that I stopped caring about my ults. There's no point to it. I don't know. I didn't care for it. And this expansion so far, I only have one level 70, but I currently have 5 or 6 other alts that can enter Dragonflight. So I do plan on leveling them at some point and getting a feel for PvP again, because when I PvP'd, it wasn't just on one character, guys. It was on multiple. And I loved it. I loved the mage back when mages were broken in MOP. The one-shot mage macro was just fun. Um, Druids, they seem to have nerfed really, really bad, so I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Um, Again, it's been a while since I PvP'd, so I could just be a little rusty. That's very possible. It could be that balanced druids just aren't as good as they used to be. I never really used to be good at PvPing with the balanced druid because they're too squishy. You get a balanced druid, just focus the balanced druid and it's dead. Before they can really even do much. But anyways, that's my honest thoughts on Dragonflight. So if you haven't bought it yet and you were questioning it, I would highly recommend this expansion. At least give it a try, because there's so much to it. There's so many things that you have to do weekly in order to stay caught up, basically. And like, there's a lot to do in the meantime, rather than just, oh, you reached level 70, now let's go do raids once a week, or go do battlegrounds, or rated battlegrounds, or whatever. And there's more to it than that now. But yeah, again, that's my honest opinion. Though, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.